Alors, notre prochain conférencier, our next speaker will be Dr. Heather Munro Bloom, who is the 16th principal and vice chancellor of McGill. And so obviously McGill keeps its chancellors for a long time because it's a very historic institution and a very accomplished institution. Now, Heather had a very rich research career and an administrative career in the Canadian system, has been Vice President of Research in the University of Toronto, has been on many boards. I have personally had the pleasure to work with Heather on the board of the Medical Research Council of Canada, on the board of Genome Canada. And in all these activities, Heather was always the champion for the international agenda and also the champion for an ambitious international agenda, and continues to give us that push through CCSIP. Heather, in a sense, and her institution lived the Canada-California combination. I've been struck since I've been in San Francisco when we do alumni events, how many, particularly UCSF, it would seem like half the faculty of UCSF are McGill graduates. And it's the same thing if you go down to many of the schools throughout California. And the same thing is here. Many of the faculty, Heather's faculty, have gone to Berkeley, to UCSD, UCLA, and we have a rich tapestry. And I would say the last item is I'm really pleased that Heather McGill has just opened an office in San Francisco and sent us one of their best guys to continue to activate the linkages between our two jurisdictions. With that, if I can hand it over to Heather.
Merci Marc et bonjour, bienvenue tout le monde, invité distingué, chers collègues, chers amis. Je suis tellement ravie ce matin de dire bienvenue pour cet événement si spécial, si important pour nos régions, nos juridictions, nos pays. It gives me great pleasure this morning to welcome you all here, and I want to say a special word of welcome to Minister Raymond Bachand, who's been a tremendous ambassador and champion for the kind of strategic international collaboration on industry, on research and science, on government, leveraging in this kind of tri-sectoral collaboration to make sure that we are, in everything we do, bringing strategic benefit to in his case, Quebec, and doing it so enormously ably, Minister. And I want to also recognize Deputy Minister Marie-Lucie Morin, who, as Marc said, has been a champion for CCSIP from the very beginning, understanding in her DNA how natural the resonance is between our two jurisdictions. And Marc, you gave a great ad for my university. I want to thank you for that. Saves me a minute or two of doing it, but I'd be remiss not to mention Marc Lepage and Alain Dudois, who were the consuls general in San Francisco and area and Los Angeles, respectively, who for the Canadian partners have had a vision of what could be achieved that inspired all of us. So thank you to both of you. And David Franson, where are you? Not in the room. David Franson's our new Consul General to Los Angeles, and I know that he, with Marc, will continue to support our efforts. We're standing between you and the main event, which is the program of the day. I wanted to say just a few words, and that is that we all have full and rich lives, busy lives, and I agree with Marc that great ideas are important, but as I say to my colleagues at McGill every day, we have a community of 40,000 plus brilliant people who have great ideas, and the difference between a great idea and success is actually implementing it, working on it, finding the right partners to make sure that what we do together will really not create opportunity cost, but create a leveraged advantage. And so I think the work of today is to really say where is the fit right. This has been the credo of CCSIP from the beginning, to really say we're not going to do everything together. We're going to choose some strategic themes. We're going to look at themes where each of us in common cause has a sense that we'll do more together, do more collectively than we will do on our own. And as Marie-Lucie Morin said, when we face global competition of extraordinary, I'd say unprecedented nature for talent, for investment, for the opportunities to develop the product of the research that's developed in our universities, our hospitals, our research institutes. We simply must be strategic in everything that we take on. And if you look at the global market uncertainty, if you look at the extraordinary challenge to innovate the labor force, if you look at the challenges that we face with respect to global health, infectious disease, security and nutrition and so forth, the only way that California that California and Canada and Quebec within Canada will really prevail is by taking those areas of natural strength, taking those areas where we have talent that ranks with the very best, and bringing together those great ideas to create world leadership. We will only bring local benefit to our communities, to our cities, to our states, provinces, and countries by looking at where we can have an impact on the global level. That is what will keep talent and bring talent to our jurisdictions, grow economic productivity and security, and create a better health status for all. So that's a big burden for you folks to think about those issues. And one of the things that warms me so much about the group that's gathered here today is that you come from all sectors, from the creative industries, from industry, from the financial services sector, from government, from our great universities and research institutes. And so the opportunity to create these strategic partnerships is great, but I would urge you to really see where can we focus for greatest benefit. And in closing, just a couple of words. I'd like to add my own words of profound appreciation to the CCSIP steering committee that from the beginning has given great guidance and frankly done the heavy lifting to bring us to this point. Gretchen Kalonji, John Hepburn, Denis Terrien, Roberto Pecci, and Yolanda Benson, and now Stephen Beckwith. We're so delighted to have you joining in our coordinating and planning group as well. And just on a personal level, I'll finish by saying, as Marie-Lucie Morin does, I don't think there's anyone in the room who's Canadian who doesn't have some connection to California. But my own personal story is that my daughter was born at Cedars-Sinai in Los Angeles. My husband's had his career all the way passionate and patriotic Canadian who has always done his work here. His work has derived out of California for the last 30 years. And although Montreal may seem at some distance from California, it is a very, very quick, deep, and close relationship between our city, our province, and that great state. And so to all of you, let me just finish by saying thank you again for being here. Thank you for being at McGill, one of the great Canadian universities in a profoundly strong and differentiated university system across Quebec and Canada, where we have extraordinary talent in this country. And thank you for choosing McGill in that regard. And good luck, bon chance, et bienvenue encore.